I'll jump in the back.
You want me to lay this down next to her?
Yeah. And you want to sit on that side?
That side? Okay. Do you want me to like film you getting in or anything?
Yeah, sure. Oh, God help us. Getting in the Model X over here. Let's do this. Oh, this windshield.
A little bit different, huh?
Wow, this windshield's something else. Holy.
So if you put your foot down on the brake, the door will actually close on its own.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to test that out.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
that's pretty cool.
So both the front driver's side and passenger side doors are fully actuated.
Huh. And that's when you walk up to it with it in your pocket, it'll also do that?
For the driver's side door. It does
So
have
now-
an auto-present door there.
Tap this to have that close?
Yep. Yeah, that's probably easiest to close it there. There's also a button here.
Cool.
Excellent. So a lot of this will probably look and feel relatively similar to what you're used to. A couple quick highlights specific to this version of the car. This one does have cooled seats, so
Nice.
this is a little bit wider. You can tap that on here. It works just like the heated seats with 3 different levels of cooling.
So down here's cooling,
That's
down
right.
here's heating.
Yep, the fan will cool. The 3 waves here will heat.
Okay.
Otherwise, you noticed the control panel that came up here. You've got buttons for the driver and passenger side door, and then you've got Falcon wing doors here. So it's just slightly different orientation than what you're used to seeing on Model S. But otherwise, all the same suspension, driving settings are here. Typically, folks will start in standard. You're more than welcome to
Can I turn off creep?
Sure. Yeah. Feel free to set it up, however you're used to. Currently, it's in sport. You can also move it into ludicrous, depending on
we're
typical
going
acceleration
ludicrous.
profile you're looking for.
You gotta go ludicrous with this.
Fair enough.
Uh,
Regenerative braking's on low. That may be different than what you're used to.
I think I usually rock standard.
Standard. Okay. Perfect. How are the side view mirrors and seat and steering position feeling for you?
Side view looks good.
Okay.
Steering wheel could be a little higher.
Should be on the lower left. Should be kind of a little
Just a
nubby
little nubby,
knob.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Cool.
All right.
Oh, you got an analog clock now.
Yep. Just like Model S, you can press and hold these scroll wheels if you want to change any of the apps that are displayed up here.
Cold weather. That's new.
It is an option now. So heated seats, of course, are standard up front. The cold weather package will add heated seats in the rear, as well as a heated steering wheel and a defroster here for the windshield wiper blade housing.
Okay. Trips, the standard display is pretty much the same. Okay. So really, doors and cold weather look like the new things in the OS,
Yep.
or at least this menu.
Yep.
Settings are the same. So, I tend to break stuff like apps. What do you guys need to give me an app store, dude? Driver phone, vehicles, safety. Okay, so active parking assist chimes, display, home link, driver assistance. So this is the autopilot stuff?
Right. These are the settings for autopilot.
This is probably going to weird me out. I've never done an autopilot service.
There's a couple moments on the freeway where we'll have an opportunity to check that out.
Cool. I think
Perfect.
we're good.
Okay. One thing that may be a little bit different versus your car is the turn signal is flipped with the cruise control. So the turn signal is the top stalk now, where on your car it may be below that.
That's correct.
But otherwise, the gear selector works the same way. Hold down for drive and up for reverse with the silver button in the lane park.
Cool. Should I put
Yeah,
it in
let's
drive?
go for a drive. Check that out. So we'll take a right out of the parking lot, and then we'll make our way to the 73 South.
Coming 73 South.
And then are we going to be switching drivers?
She doesn't want to drive.
Okay, totally fine. And it'll be a left at this stop sign up here.
This thing is got a little bit of pickup.
It does indeed.
Left here.
Yeah, left here. Luckily, as with your car, electric motors are pretty good at that. we'll stay in this lane, and eventually we'll make a left onto that portion of the 55 that will immediately turn into the
This
60.
car's definitely heavier than the S.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel it.
Yep.
It's a, yeah, that's cool. So I like to drive with maps.
Okay.
This is my standard config.
Nice.
But this thing is, it's kind of peppy.
It's ready to go. Yeah.
These new, I'm telling you, these new motors, they're like even more instant torque than normal.
We're definitely pretty happy with how they're coming out.
Left
Yeah, left turn here.
Okay. Well, that's cool. All these sensors.
Mhm. Yep.
And it's
So-
telling me how close I am.
Exactly. So there's kind of two different feature sets that come with these sensors. One is going to be safety features, things like blind spot detection. So here you're getting a sense for the cars around you. There's also some active safety features there that can start to engage the brakes.
You want me to go 73?
Yeah, we'll stay left. And then we'll be on the 73 for a bit. I believe we're going to exit University. So it'll be a few exits down.
Got it.
And then we'll kind of turn around and make our way back.
Is there a governor on this thing? We're about to find out.
There may be. We certainly advocate obeying all traffic laws.
No, sorry.
No, you're fine.
I drive a little like that. It's right
That's
at
okay.
university.
I mean, you definitely want to make sure you're checking out the car's capability. So be sure to do that. So yeah, we should have some time to kind of pass and feel free to maneuver on the freeway. University should be 2 exits.
Yeah, you definitely know how to governor on. So putting in, it was in 80. Previous districts. So is assisted driving on right now, or
No, if you pull back twice on the cruise control stalk,
so it's down here?
you'll be looking for, in this case, the steering wheel that turns blue and this turn dial here.
Yeah.
And that indicates that assisted driving is on.
So
in
I'm
this
on.
case,
It's on right now.
Yep, autopilot is following the car in front of us and looking at, in this case, the left and right lane, and it's going to manage steering in this case. So it's super useful if you're on a really long distance trip where you have,
Oh wow, I can feel it.
yeah, you'll feel it kind of maneuver. If you want to check your left side, you can also make a lane change provided that you think it's safe, and then of course the car thinks it's safe.
So I have a signal going. Do I just let it? Oh my
Yep.
god!
Mhm.
The car just changed lanes by
Wow.
itself.
And we're going to be taking this exit up here. We'll loop around.
The car just
Head back.
disengage. So just
Yep.
putting your foot on the brake disengages it.
Yep, just like cruise control, you put your foot on the brake, or just as you noticed, as you take control of the steering, it too will disengage the system.
That felt weird as hell, by the way.
Kind of strange, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not. That's really cool. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it's-
flip around.
Yeah, we'll take a left here, and then we'll hang a right and jump back on the 73.
Got it.
And then if you'd like to do a little more kind of stop and go traffic, we can exit and go on Bristol.
Okay.
Otherwise, we can take the 73 back around, depending on what you're looking for.
So. Oh,
It'll actually be one more stoplight here,
Got it.
and then it'll be your next right.
Decisions. I mean, driving on the street's kind of boring. We'll just take good 73 to
Sure.
55.
Yeah, whatever you'd like to do to kind of get the most precise test drive.
Yeah, I'd rather experience auto drive a little bit more.
Sure.
So could I turn it on here? Not really.
Well, technically, at any place that you see these two icons pop up, you can activate it. It's designed for freeway use where you have
Straight.
clear lane markings and
Yeah.
a center divider.
Yeah, so like an on-ramp wouldn't be ideal.
Yeah, and it can manage pretty significant curves, and it will adjust its speed accordingly.
You guys still don't have the oh shit bars.
That's right. Yeah, I'm just gonna bring my lights are up here.
So I'm getting on 73.
Right. Yeah, we'll jump on the 73 here.
So if you're going autopilot, then
twist on the cruise control stock, there's a twisting mechanism that will determine, or rather set your follow distance. So you can choose anywhere from 1 to 7 car lengths.
So I just activated it again. Just for fun, I'm going to change lanes. I'm not doing anything, and I'm changing lanes. That's freaking crazy.
Pretty wild, huh?
That's something else right there.
We're pretty excited about the work that's been done and very excited about where it's going. It'll really make a nice difference for those kind of longer distance trips.
So I'm not going to stop here, and it's just going to stop for me?
That's correct, yep. Since you have that blue icon indicating that your speed is set to 70, it's going to be following the car in front of us, and you can actually see that car changing lanes. So now it's going to pick up the next car, and then it'll adjust the speed accordingly.
This is crazy. And it automatically came to a complete stop without me touching anything. That's kind of creepy. And it's just going to start. And here we go.
Yeah.
I'm not touching. My foot's not on the brake right now. It's on the accelerator. It's just going. This car's just going without me doing anything. Yeah, it's definitely the future.
We certainly think so.
I've seen all the stats about people who've had they've avoided accidents because of the Model S, the adaptive cruise control and all this stuff. Now
Yeah,
watch out for this guy, right?
Yep.
Okay, the car did. So I got to get in the north.
Yeah, we'll head northbound on the 55.
Let's see.
And
Will this car, will it let me pass it? It's going to try to pass this on its own?
Depending on the conditions, it can. You'll always want to double check the system because it is still in beta.
Yeah, I'll just do it myself.
So yeah, you'll be there to overtake it if you're not feeling comfortable with what it's doing, or if you don't agree with what it's doing. And in certain scenarios, it may ask for your help as well.
So it's got cruise control going again.
Right. So if you take over steering, then cruise control will still be active unless you tap on the brake pedal or disengage with the silver button. Actual cruise control side.
Got it.
And we'll take the Baker Street exit. Exactly.
Okay. That's one of my things.
The beauty of electric motors right there.
Man, this is really nice.
Well, we certainly hope so. We want to prove that doesn't have to be a limiting factor.
I'm quite attached to my Model S. That's the only problem.
Fair enough.
But it is obsolete.
And we'll take a right turn here.
Right here, right? Yeah, when we came to test drive, we went to the service center by accident. I guess that's the address that was on the emailer.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, there's, it can be a bit confusing because there's 2 Tesla buildings on the same block.
What is this, a showroom?
This is a showroom and delivery center.
Got it.
Yeah. So it actually used to be the service center, and then we expanded beyond it. Yeah.
So am I just pulling up here?
Yeah, you can just pull up just behind this silver Model X here, and it'll kind of cue us in. Perfect. And then, yeah, exactly. Park.
Cool.
And in this case, we can open doors as we see fit.
Awesome.
How was that?
Very good. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. I'll see you anytime.
Yeah. That's you leave me a lot to think about.
Sure. Well, it seems like you got a little bit of a chance to check out the interior static models. We can definitely go back in and take a little more detailed look if you have any more specific questions.
Sure.
Let me know what you need and what you'd like to get out of it.
Cool. Is this just, if I go like this, does it?
Yep.
Wow.
And you can control it from the touchscreen too as well.
You
depending
can.
on what you're looking for.
So I can shut the door with a button.
Uh-huh.
And I can open it with a button. Okay.
Kind of wild, huh?
It's the little things you guys do that add up to making this the best car in the world, or the best car company in the world.
That's kind of it, right? It's that last, 3 to 5% that's always really challenging. It makes all the difference.
Is this going to be standard here?
Yes. Yeah, this is how Model X
More cup holders.
2 cup holders here, and then what you're used to is cup holders here, as well as the cup holders that pop out here, and with the 3rd row configuration, There's 2 cup holders in between the last 2 seats.
Is there another configuration for this car where the rear seats are a bench? It's like 3?
There will eventually be a 5-seat option,
That's what
which would
I
have 2 up here and 3 in the rear without the 3rd row.
Oh, okay. That's what I saw.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that one's still currently in development. Probably won't be ready until later in 2016.
Yeah. My car shipped without a spoiler. You guys didn't have any spoilers back then.
Oh, really?
They called me like, hey, does your car have a spoiler? I was like, I don't know. I was excited to get the car.
Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad they made sure that you got one.
Yeah. Very cool. What'd you think?
Very nice.
Yeah.